Namaste viewers, welcome back. So as I mentioned in the last video, we are going to see how the moon got created, right? Very important. This is something totally new, which even the science is trying to find out. There are certain theories, but they don't stand by the scientific fact, okay? So these are again theories, there are flaws on those theories. Considering that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to explain from the Rig Veda 1.164.8 how the moon got created. So there is a mantra in the Rig Veda which says Mata Pitram Rita Abhabaja Dhetya Agre Mansa Samhi Jagme Sabhi Bhatsur Garbharasa Nivedanamasvantaha id upvakam ihu. Okay, so I have spoken in a very slight way, but if there is someone who speaks in Sanskrit fluently, will give it a little bit different touch. Now see what is happening in this mantra. Mata is the mother, Pitra is the father, Rit, generally it's a moral law. But in this mantra, Rit means the motion. Again, who is the Rishi? The Rishi is Dirgtama. As I mentioned in the previous video where we saw how the planets got created, Dirg means again large and Mata Tama means inertia. So we are talking about some large objects, okay? And there is inertia here in this mantra. Then the next is is a preposition. It is just next to the verb. Babhaja, it is like to share, right? Here something is shared in this mantra. So something is sharing something in this mantra, okay? Dhiti is generally thought, but in this mantra there is a big science going on. So Dhiti is spinning on its axis. Remember, Dhiti is spinning on its axis. Agre means prior, in the beginning. Mansa means the mind, okay? Now Mansa is the mind here. But because we are talking about large objects, right? Mind means something else here. It's not that mind which we generally talk in philosophy, especially Hindu philosophy here, okay? Some means together. So there are two things which are coming together. He is because, okay? It is another subordinate clause. I'll not go too deep into the grammar. Jagme. Jagme means had been going, or had been coming, okay? So here again it's a subordinate clause beginning with he, okay? So there is a accent in it. So is she, okay? Bibhatsu. Bibhatsu means timid. So some scholars, they say meaning is timid, but in this there is a desire of conceiving, okay? Next is Garbha Rasa. So Garbha Rasa means a reproductive juice, okay? Namasvanta, very important word. Remember, very important. Namasvanta. Namasvanta means bowing down. So you might have seen like you do namaste and you bow down. Similarly, in this mantra, something is bowing down to someone, okay? Then you have upvakam iho. So here, namasvanta, as I explained, is in plural. Then you have upvakam ihu. It's more, ihu means more of a vent, and upvakam means address like nearby, right? So upa means up, nearby object. It can be a speech here, but because here we are talking about some large objects, right? It's not a human speech. So speech again here means motion, okay? So with that said, let's delve into the meaning of the mantra. Be with me, you will enjoy this one, okay? As I explained, Namasvanta means in plural. We are talking about the material bodies involved in the process, okay? And something is bowing down to someone. The word speech here means, I should say, because it's not a human speech, we are talking about matter. So here it is referred to motion. Bodies which are involved in this mantra are earth, you have moon, and you have number of pieces, molten mass. Because imagine at the time when the sun was young, right? earth was young, it was not the way we see now. There was a lot of things going on under temperature, tremendous amount of temperature and pressure, right? So first off of the mantra, it is mentioned that mother gives part of her rith to someone. Okay, so rith, as I explained, is a motion. Mother here is nothing but Mother Earth. Some part of his motion is basically shared by sun. How it is shared? So if you see, right, in a sun and earth motion, because two big bodies are involved, right? We know that there is a center of mass, right? So in this case, the center of mass rests inside sun, okay? And sun takes partake of the motion of earth, okay? So Vedas are mentioning this thing is such a minute detail, right? So if you see what is happening in this mantra, I'll take one example. So this is sun, this is considered earth, right? Now the mantra says the earth was upright in the beginning. Now modern science, I don't know what it says, okay? You might have studied something slightly different. Here the mantra says the earth was upright. Sun is here, the earth was upright, straight, okay? Now what is mentioned in this mantra, because of the pull at a certain point of time of sun, the axis got tilted. The axis of the earth got tilted. So if you see what has happened, there is a slight line you might be seeing, right? This is upright. Now the axis has tilted. Because of the sun, the tilt has occurred on the axis. Now with this tilt, what is happening? There is a lot of, there is a high temperature and pressure inside earth, right? The sun is continuously bombarding earth with a radiation. Now imagine high radiation, gravitational, there is a pull of the sun and there's a heavy pressure buildup inside the earth, okay? So the juice, reproductive juice mentioned here is not the reproductive juice of a woman. It is basically of the Mother Earth, which is things which are going inside the earth. With a high pressure, there is and the tilted earth, there is a sudden blast, and this portion, this moon, small moon comes out, okay? So the moon came out from the earth. So this high pressure and fluid basically form the embryo, okay? This embryo is nothing but moon. So see how this mantra is describing, right? It is saying the Mother Earth bowed down, okay, towards the sun. So it tilted towards the sun, okay? And when it tilted, the father with a great sense of gratefulness is mentioned in the mantra, okay? So how the sages used to talk, it's a poetic language because they were not aware of these words, electron, protons, and neutrons, right? So they are talking about nature. Everything in Vedas is about nature. Cow, man, woman, species, everything is nature. It's a wonderful song, right? So what we learned, earth was upright, it got tilted towards the sun, right? The moon came out because of the pressure. Nowhere it is mentioned in any book, okay? No one has mentioned why the axis got tilted. This axis which you see now is, if this is 90, it has become like this. It is 23.5 degree, okay? So this is very important. So moon came out from a plane on the surface of the earth where the latitude is 23.5 degree. Okay. Now when this moon came out, with this not only moon came out, there was a lot of other small pieces and objects, right, which came out. So the moon was going up, but earth was still pulling it, right? So what happened? And we will see, there is a whole new moon and full moon concept. We will see later on how this new moon and full moon came into picture. These things which were because of the explosion, which were flowing out from the earth as well as on the moon, some of them, they fell back onto the earth. Some of them fell back onto the moon. Because of that, you see those craters on the moon. So go in the night and see those craters and you will find out, okay, why these craters are there. So second part of the mantra is explaining again a wonderful phenomena which I am going to discuss later on. Okay. Now there are two motions of the moon which moon has captured. One is Diti, that is spinning. Okay. And Manasa, again I told you, Mansa here is forward motion. So now there are two more motions mentioned of the moon. One is a spinning and one is a forward motion. In the next mantra I am going to show you, and I'm going to explain you how the moon actually got the complete motion from where it ejected out of the earth. One important point before we close this video, right, or before I complete this session, what happens, right? Just imagine if you take a spinner, you know, right? If you spin it and if you slightly touch the spinner moves in a very different way. Like it moves like this, and finally it falls down. Similarly, because of the tilt of the earth, because earth was upright, because of the tilt of the earth gained two subtle movements in this mantra. Those movements are called precession of the earth, okay, axis, which is due to the first cause in this mantra. And then there was another movement which is called nutational, okay, which is because of the second impact in this mantra. So what we learned in this session, earth was upright, it tilted, which means it bowed down toward the sun, moon came out, a moon got motion, right? Earth got the change in the motion of the earth, because of which the earth now goes in elliptical orbit, right? It goes like this, like this, like this, like this around sun. Okay, and two things happened, that is precession of the earth and the nutational movement of the earth. I want you to go back after this session, go to Google and learn about ecliptic orbit of the earth, precession of the earth, nutation of the earth, and this concept given by Vedas has not been told to the world so far. This is the first time in this video I am explaining this concept. Thank you for watching this video. Be ready for the next time, from where the moon came out exactly, why it reached to that height, how the precession and nutation works, okay, as per Vedas. What was the condition of earth at that time. Thank you. Namaste.